Thanks, John. Hello again. It might be worth getting your camera out in the next few days, actually, with a view to next year's photographic competition, because experts are predicting that the autumn colours could be some of the best that we've seen for the last 40 or 50 years, all down to the stress that the trees suffered, of course, during that long, hot, dry summer. Didn't have too much of a bad effect, though. On the UK grain crop, it's slightly down on average, but the quality's been very good. It's been a bumper year for apples as well, as we've seen, despite the lack of moisture. I don't know where they're getting that moisture from, the trees. But across on the continent, rather different story. A very severe dry spell here through the summer, of course. The continental crop has been down by about a fifth, but they can drown their sorrows because it has been a vintage year for wines. A lot of alcohol content with the high sugar content of the grapes. You may have noticed, the grass hasn't been growing very much here. You haven't had to mow the lawn very often. It's not been very good for livestock farmers either. In fact, sheep farmers trying to get their ewes in good condition for the lambing season are having to supplement the diets with straw. So we need some rain to get that grass growing. Not much sign of that, I have to say, through the week ahead. There is a fairly ominous looking area of cloud across the UK at the moment, but it's producing virtually nothing in the way of rain. And more significantly is this area of clear skies across Scandinavia. That's underneath this area of high pressure. Bit of a battle going on in the next few days to see which wins, the high or the low. But if I run the sequence, you can see who is the clear winner, and it's that area of high pressure. It's going to push in from the northeast down across the UK, so keeping things dry just about everywhere through the week ahead. And another effect of that high will be to pull in some pretty chilly southeasterly winds. Never a good direction at this time of the year. Coming off the near continent, it's going to have quite a raw feel to it across most parts of the UK. Also those winds easing at least across northern areas as we go through towards the end of the week. So a fairly typical forecast for this week, represented quite well by somewhere in the Midlands, I would suspect. Dry right the way through, some sunshine from time to time as well. But those temperatures, well, 13, 14 degrees for most of the time, with that brisk wind making it feel really quite chilly. Quite a strong drying effect from that wind as well. Already those temperatures today are a bit down on what we saw yesterday, so 15 to 17 degrees across England and Wales, with a pretty brisk wind already beginning to come in and make its presence felt. There is some brightness around, but a lot of high cloud. That's making the sunshine rather hazy. Very little rain around anywhere, though. Although later on we might just start to find something pushing in towards the southwest, and certainly through tonight and into tomorrow we are expecting to see some outbreaks of rain just running up across southwest England into the western side of Wales. The odd heavier burst a possibility, but I suspect amounts of rain aren't going to be that significant, and little if anything finding its way into the northwest of England, western parts of Scotland and also Northern Ireland. Still some bright weather to be found across eastern parts of England. There's those temperatures there, a couple of degrees down again on what we're seeing at the moment, and that chilly feel to things continuing right the way through the rest of the week. Tuesday, still the remnants of that patchy rain across southwestern areas, but again it won't amount to much. It'll push away fairly readily as those strong winds continue to move in from the southeast. So perhaps more in the way of sunshine developing by the middle of the week. Still a pretty chilly feel to things, but at least the nighttime temperature's not too bad because the wind should prevent any frost, except perhaps towards the end of the week where those winds begin to die down. You might see some lower nighttime temperatures, especially across sheltered parts of northwest England and Northern Ireland, but no real change anywhere towards the end of the week with that area of high pressure beginning to build in. So a dry week, but a